In an age of globalization and economic integration, each firm needs to showcase its own capabilities and distinctiveness. With 25 years of formation and development, PVGAS has attained numerous achievements. This is a shared effort by generations of staff who have been contributing to the development of the national gas industry with unity and consistency. PVGAS is remembered because of its success and its continuous innovation towards sustainable growth. Difficulties and challenges cannot be barriers, but conversely, they become the motivation for PVGAS to achieve higher targets, further affirming the epithet, powering your life. This is the true value of a recipient of the Labor Hero Medal. Being the pioneer of Vietnam National Oil and Gas Group is not only an honored sense of pride, but also the evidence of 25 years of perseverance and determination in the face of numerous changes. The idea of a gas industry was formed in the early 1990s to become the PVGAS of today. Since the summer of 1986, when the economic reform was initiated, and also when the first oil was produced, the image of a glorious flare above an oil-producing rig has become a symbol of national pride. However, during a long period of time, a considerable amount of gas associated with oil had been flared offshore, resulting in damage to the environment and to a waste of resource. This concern led to a determination to gather and transport associated gas onshore to serve the national economy. On September 20th, 1990, PVGAS was established and named Gas Company, with its former entity being the Vũng Tàu Oil and Gas Project Management Board. Right after that, the company quickly started up by mobilizing resources, carrying out studies, planning projects, and working on missions assigned by Vietnam Oil and Gas Corporation, the former name of Vietnam Oil and Gas Group. Notably, PVGAS was established at a time when the national economy was faced with many challenges, and the infrastructure as well as facilities for and the knowledge about the petroleum industry were both very poor. Challenges have never been barriers, but rather the motivation for PVGAS's pioneer generations to be more united and perseverant in their endeavor.
Là ban quản lý dự án thì là lương bao cấp, nhưng chuyển sang công ty khí đốt Việt Nam thì là kinh doanh, mà kinh doanh phải tự làm để có cái để mà nuôi quân. Thế thì những ngày đầu như thế chúng tôi không có tiền để chi lương, thì chúng tôi đã tổ chức đi thầu xây dựng để sống. Một mặt ai làm khí thì cứ làm khí, 70% là đi lao động xây dựng để xây dựng cái tổ chức ban đầu để nuôi quân nữa.
It was such a miracle that after just a short period, with the right innovation policies and directions, PVGAS helped Vietnam become a gas country on the global map. There are two unforgettable events in PVGAS's history that were just 10 days apart. On April 17, 1995, the first gas from the Baikal oil field was successfully transported onshore to Baria Gas Distribution Station. Almost 10 days later, on April 26, 1995, Baria Thermal Power Plant replaced imported diesel oil with gas as the fuel to generate electricity for the first time. Till now, PVGAS still takes pride in the constructions which were built during those difficult times.
Cái niềm vui rất là khó tả với anh em khi mà anh em lên trên dinh cố, nơi mà cái dòng khí đầu tiên vào nó cháy lên ngọn đuốc, thì anh em gần như là vỡ hòa trong tiếng cười và ôm nhau nhảy múa. Thì đấy là cái cảm giác đầu tiên tôi ấn tượng mãi.
The first successes came, but only few know these successes are the results of the painstaking efforts made by many people.
Chỉ giống tôi cũng rất lo lắng, rồi không biết là trong ống thì nó sẽ như thế nào, rồi có thể chất lỏng nó vào bờ hay không.
Faced with obstacles, we become more persistent, responsible, and passionate. The lucid and close direction by the government, ministries, local authorities, and especially by the Vietnam Oil and Gas Group has encouraged PVGAS to become stronger and more confident in its difficult but honorable mission, showing its essence and unity and creating memorable impressions in the course of development.
Mà nó khác biệt với các cái đơn vị khác, nó làm nên cái tên tuổi của PVGAS. Thứ nhất là cái tinh thần làm chủ, tinh thần vươn lên để nắm bắt những công nghệ hiện đại, công nghệ tiên tiến. Đấy là công nghệ về khí.
PVGAS's experience has grown with time. The construction completion and operation of the Inco gas processing plant near the end of 1998 marked an important event in the history of PVGAS in terms of economic, social, and technical aspects. For the first time, LPG and condensate were produced in Vietnam. Right after that, in May 1999, PVGAS started, instead of importing, to serve the majority of domestic demand with products of high quality and at competitive prices. From the success of the Cửu Long gas system, PVGAS continued with Nam Côn Sơn 1 project with the participation of foreign partners who are well-known petroleum firms in the world, with initial investment capital reaching $600 million, output capacity above 7 billion cubic meters of gas per year, thereby helping increment substantially gas amount supplied to the market by PVGAS and contributing to a gas power fertilizer and industrial zone complex system. Currently, the Nam Côn Sơn 2 gas transport system project is also being carried out at unprecedented speed to expand capacity of natural gas supply from Nam Côn Sơn Basin. In 2005, directed towards the southwest region, PVGAS invested in the PM3 Cà Mau gas system with 325 kilometers gas offshore and onshore pipelines with designed capacity of 2 billion cubic meters annually. This helped lay the groundwork for the second gas power fertilizer industrial zone in the country.
Hai cái cụm khí điện đạm Đông Nam Bộ và Tây Nam Bộ đã góp phần làm thay đổi cái bộ mặt kinh tế xã hội của địa phương. Thì trong đó PVGAS đóng vai trò rất quan trọng. Hợp tác hiệu quả trong cái việc cung cấp ổn định cái lượng khí cho PV Power, cho các nhà máy điện khí, đặc biệt là trong các tháng mùa khô cao điểm.
Most recently, in August 2015, Ham Rong Thái Bình gas system with capacity of 500 million cubic meters per year started transporting gas onshore, marking an expansion of the natural gas market into northern Vietnam. A relatively complete system continues to be completed. PVGAS's current total assets is approximately $3 billion, including 4 offshore-onshore gas systems of total length of 1,200 kilometers, 2 gas processing plants, many gas distribution stations, 12 storage tanks with the capacity of nearly 100,000 tons of LPG, equivalent to 58% of national capacity. PVGAS has strongly developed the services of natural gas transportation, condensate storage and transportation, gas facility maintenance, steel pipe production and coating for oil and gas activities, LPG and CNG, and low-pressurized gas distribution. In order to meet increasing domestic demand, PVGAS is currently investing in new projects such as Block B Omon gas pipeline and importing LNG.
Đến ngày hôm nay, Tổng công ty khí đã có thể nói là đã xây dựng được một ngành công nghiệp khí tương đối hoàn chỉnh. Cái thể hiện rõ nhất là đã xây dựng được một cái cơ sở hạ tầng công nghiệp khí, tạo tiền đề để có thể hình thành nên mạng lưới đường ống khí của cả nước và tạo tiền đề để có thể là liên kết với hệ thống các đường ống dẫn khí trong khu vực.
PVGAS đã để lại trên cái bản đồ về công nghiệp Việt Nam những công trình lưu danh, không những góp phần đảm bảo cái an ninh năng lượng cho đất nước mà còn góp phần đảm bảo được cái an ninh lương thực của đất nước ta.
Currently, PVGAS satisfies 30 to 35% of the electricity market, 70% of the urea market, and 70% of the LPG market. Annually, PVGAS contributes on average 10% of the total revenue of Vietnam National Oil and Gas Group and 2% of national GDP. PVGAS has supplied more than 102 billion cubic meters of dry gas, 10.5 million tons of LPG, and approximately 1.6 million tons of condensate. Total revenue reaches approximately 517 trillion Vietnam dong, contributing 57 trillion Vietnam dong in taxes to the national budget and 83 trillion Vietnam dong in after-tax net income. Since 1995, by supplying gas to the domestic market as a substitute fuel to diesel, PVGAS has saved many billions of US dollars for the country in importing diesel and also indirectly reduced the deforestation as a part of environmental protection. 2011 was an important year, implementing the party and state's direction on state enterprise equitization. PVGAS successfully went IPO and became one of the few companies with largest authorized capital. Equitizing PVGAS contributed 11,000 trillion Vietnam dong to national budget. Successes in equitization also brought major benefits for PVGAS. PVGAS shares have increased greatly in value. It also created opportunities for PVGAS to approach investors, thereby increasing efficiency in business operation and corporate administration, strengthening cooperation and world integration.
Quá trình cổ phần hóa thì sẽ góp phần nâng cao cái hiệu quả hoạt động sản xuất kinh doanh, nâng cao khả năng cạnh tranh, gia tăng mức độ quốc tế hóa và xã hội hóa của các cái hoạt động của ngành công nghiệp khí Việt Nam. PVGAS thì luôn luôn tự tin và nỗ lực để xứng đáng là đại diện tiềm năng của ngành công nghiệp khí Việt Nam.
To attain such achievements, PVGAS considers the human factor to be the decisive factor. At each stage of development, PVGAS's leadership has always been exemplary. By using administrative innovations, excellent strategies, and the determination of the leaders that have made great impacts on the entire company, the whole employees incessantly tries to perfect both the scale and quality of their works. Starting with a team of 100, PVGAS has attracted more than 3,000 highly qualified workers at present. Initially just a small company with a few departments, PVGAS nowadays has become a top company in the oil and gas industry with 18 subsidiaries and member companies. Understanding that there would be no miracles without building a united and determined team, PVGAS has always prioritized high-quality education of its labor force and emphasized technical training for the workers so that they can master the technology and improve disciplinary and voluntary awareness. PVGAS has always prioritized high-quality training and education of its labor force, which lets the company be independent of foreign experts in gas facility operation. With the motto, "Be distinctive in mind, be a man of action, dare to take responsibility, be decisive in decision-making, and aggressive in action," the whole PVGAS system, from the top leader to employees, are united in overcoming challenges together, so that the company lives up to the expectations of the party and the state. The gas industry is inherently exposed to risks of fire explosion and poisonous danger. PVGAS has determined that safety is a matter of life or death to the coal company. The most advanced in the world safety, quality, environment management integrated system is prepared, applied, and improved continuously, bringing a safety culture to each stage of production and ensuring all PVGAS activities are safe, uninterrupted, and efficient. PVGAS also works in close collaboration with the local authorities, armed forces, and residents to control, supervise, to guarantee security and safety for gas facilities and properties. PVGAS's success must be attributed first and foremost to the leadership of the PVGAS party branch and the labor union, the youth union, the veteran union. Political social organizations in the company also have contributed greatly to the success. The PVGAS party branch conducted the learning and following Ho Chi Minh's moral example to educate workers about political and revolutionary morality, encourage ardent working and studying spirits with a view to creating a sustainable growth. PVGAS always shows gratitude towards its predecessors and retired workers for their legacy, values their advice, and also educates the younger generations about work ethics and passion. PVGAS's contribution to the enrichment of the country has been highly appreciated. What is even more admirable is PVGAS's golden heart. It's always fulfilling its responsibilities with the community by donating to many meaningful social security programs. This is one of the core values which is kept and developed by PVGAS. Up until 2016, PVGAS had contributed more than 700 billion Vietnam dong to social security programs. The company directly sponsored more than 81 billion Vietnam dong to build more than 5,000 charity and gratitude houses in many provinces, contributed 83 billion Vietnam dong to healthcare, and supported 300 billion Vietnam dong for education. Other social security programs also amounted to 160 billion Vietnam dong. These programs include natural disaster remedies, Vietnam Red Cross Cow Bank Program, Children's Fund, For Beloved Spratly Islands Fund, giving savings account to families of war invalids, martyrs, and Vietnamese hero mothers, scholarships for poor children, media programs about protecting maritime territories, among others. PVGAS has also sponsored in many years for national soccer leagues, national volleyball championship, and other sports competitions to support the Asian integration process of the national sports. PVGAS has excellently completed its political duty, contributing to the national, the oil and gas industries and provinces' economic growth and territorial protection, living up to the expectations of the party and state. PVGAS is consecutively listed in top 10 companies in tax contribution in Vietnam, top 50 highest value companies in Southeast Asia, top 2,000 biggest companies in the world, and it also tops the list of 50 best public-owned companies in Vietnam, the top 300 most dynamic businesses in Asia. PVGAS deserves to have received the honorable awards granted by the party and the state. Notably, the Labor Hero Medal for spectacular achievements granted by the President will certainly be a strong motivation for PVGAS to continue reaping successes.
Nhiệm vụ trọng tâm của PVGAS trong thời gian tới thì vẫn tiếp tục tập trung để làm sao vận hành an toàn, ổn định các nhà máy chế biến khí, các hệ thống đường ống dẫn khí mà hiện nay PVGAS đang quản lý. Và đây là nhiệm vụ trọng tâm đảm bảo cho cái việc đảm bảo an ninh năng lượng 100% cho các nhu cầu tiêu thụ năng lượng của ngành cũng như là của các nhà máy nhiệt điện chạy khí.
Đối với PVGAS thì có một loạt những cái hoạt động cần phải triển khai Trước tiên đó là cái việc cần phải duy trì hoạt động ổn định an toàn cho hệ thống công nghệ và thiết bị hiện nay. Thứ hai nữa là cần phải phát triển các hệ thống mạng lưới đường ống công nghiệp của chúng ta để phù hợp với lại cái việc phát triển cho những cái mỏ khí, những cái nguồn khí tương lai cho giai đoạn tiếp theo. Đó là các dự án đặc biệt quan trọng ở Lô B, ở Cá Voi Xanh, ở khu vực Buồng Trũng Nam Côn Sơn, đó là mỏ Sư Tử Trắng. Chúng ta cần phải tập trung vào việc mở rộng thị trường, định hướng thị trường với các cái công nghệ hiện đại, ví dụ như LNG, ví dụ như là CNG và các cái công nghiệp hóa dầu từ khí. Đấy là những cái định hướng mới của công nghiệp khí mà PVGAS phải là người tiên phong dẫn đầu và dẫn dắt để cho thị trường phát triển. Chỉ với cái việc phát triển song song các cái nguồn khí tương lai cộng với lại các cái công nghệ mới thì chúng ta mới có thể phát triển được công nghiệp khí phù hợp với lại cái định hướng chiến lược của nhà nước đề ra đối với PVGAS cũng như đối với PVN trong lĩnh vực công nghiệp khí.
PVGAS's 2025's development strategy, including a vision to 2035, is that the company continues to take the lead in developing the national gas industry into one of the spearhead economic technical activities to expand a safe and modern facility system and to sufficiently satisfy domestic demand, thereby contributing to energy security, food security, environmental protection, and national security. PVGAS's principle is unchanged throughout its course of development, perfecting corporate administration, guaranteeing safety, quality, efficiency, and sustainability with advanced technology, benefiting shareholders, workers, partners, and the whole society. Among them, achieving safety and efficiency will be a lodestar throughout PVGAS's development. The company also plans to focus on deprocessing and diversifying gas sources and products, concentrating on producing, importing, trading gas, gas products, and related gas services to bring maximally into play internal resources, take advantage of foreign resources, and to develop partnership with foreign parties. The company considers the human factor to be a decisive factor and hence forms a team of competent workers to have discipline and professionalism. The company is also building and developing the brand Việt Nam Gas to become a brand of credibility, quality, and popularity.
Với tầm quan trọng đã được xác định của công nghiệp khí đối với việc thực hiện nhiệm vụ chính trị của Tập đoàn Dầu khí Quốc gia Việt Nam, Bộ Công Thương đã, đang và sẽ đưa ra những đề xuất, chính sách, cơ chế, chỉ đạo để hỗ trợ ngành dầu khí cũng như Tổng công ty khí Việt Nam tập trung hoàn thành các nhiệm vụ chiến lược cốt yếu của mình, tiếp tục quá trình phát triển bền vững của Tập đoàn Dầu khí Quốc gia Việt Nam, xây dựng hệ thống khai thác, chế biến, kinh doanh đồng bộ từ khâu thượng nguồn, trung nguồn và hạ nguồn.
The clear direction and maximum support given by the government, the ministries, local authorities, the Ministry of Industry and Trade, and the Vietnam National Petroleum Group have been creating flexible legal platforms for PVGAS to develop more and more strongly and synchronously a gas industry, thereby making valuable contribution to national industrialization and modernization.
Tôi tin rằng là được sự hỗ trợ chỉ đạo của chính phủ, của Tập đoàn Dầu khí Việt Nam, sự nỗ lực của toàn thể ban lãnh đạo, cán bộ công nhân viên, người lao động, thì PVGAS sẽ thực hiện thành công, thắng lợi các cái chiến lược mà đã đề ra.
The journey of turning the impossible into the possible, of turning remote dreams into reality, of turning Vietnamese people's beliefs into our own future, represents fully the distinctiveness of PVGAS's spirit in particular, and of Vietnam National Oil and Gas Group in general. 25 years are not long, but enough to witness PVGAS's perseverance and success. The achievements in the past 25 years are the reward for a long period of non-stop trying and of fully bringing into play internal strengths, the internal strengths of a united company that has strong beliefs in the future and is determined to fulfill the role the party has assigned in the renovation period, thereby contributing to the industrialization and modernization process of the country.